Hello, limegreensquid here. Sorry for the wobble. I have this on a little table on my bed here. Anyway, I had some more thoughts on Ghost of Tsushima, some complaints basically, but I'll end it up with some examples of some very forward thinking that I really appreciate in the game. Just some minor complaints here and just a few sloppy things that they didn't really think all the way through, it seems. Here's just a minor complaint. There's no fishing system or no food system. Being Japan, you'd think there would be a little bit of an incentive to try to do some fishing, maybe make some sushi or some more authentic contemporary dishes from the time, or rations or something. I know they're unneeded because the game has the resolve system, which helps you heal, but maybe they could give you temporary perks like the charms give you permanent perks, but maybe different food items could give you different ones. It's always just fun to see food crafted meticulously in a video game. It definitely has way more similarities to Red Dead than Witcher. This isn't going to be a complaint section. This is all appreciation. Random strangers will lead you to good things or ambushes. You can save prisoners from bandits. Ambient music cues play subtly and perfectly and simple for all sorts of environmental changes or the dangers nearby, and it's absolutely brilliant. Exactly in the same kind of vein as Red Dead Redemption, obviously with different musical instruments, but the effect is the same. Uh, and the duels, they're kind of like Deadeye. That you have to sort of wait and you have to sort of time it right. Now here come some complaints. I've been finding that there are a lot of inconsistent combat rules. I'm constantly dying and failing while pressing the right buttons at the right time when the game prompts me, but the game deciding to ignore it exactly as I press the button. Like certain assassinations or chain assassinations. I know you can't chain the leaders; you can only do the slaughter on them. So I understand myself getting my ass kicked when I try to do that. But when I'm just trying to assassinate a regular enemy and I press the button when the square is on the screen and the game decides to ignore that and slash him normally, that happens way more often than it needs to. It's very sloppy programming for the combat that you would think they would have a lot more precision on. And Ronin fighters. What's with the Ronin? They get to outright cheat. They seem to be immune to triple assassination and they completely ignore parrying. I can't seem to get a proper parry slash on many of them without some sort of major charms on myself. And what's with the point of only being allowed to sell the resources that we absolutely need for crafting or for ammo, like predator hides and linens and bamboos and all that type of thing? I have doubles and triples of weapon charms that I will never end up using. It would be nice to sell some of those. Maybe some of them would be used up. I thought maybe some of them might be used up when you change to the armor layouts option. And but you can use any single charm across every one of your armor sets. So it makes no sense to give us extra charms that we can't possibly use without being able to sell them. Sloppy again. And now that I have all the upgrades, I should be able to sell. I can sell all my materials and cloths and metals and stuff for supplies, the in-game currency, just called supplies, ominously. But the only reason I would need a lot of supplies is to get the upgrades. So I don't need any more upgrades. Anything that I gain now from what the game will allow me to sell is completely useless to me now, other than maybe refilling some of my ammo stock, but that doesn't cost thousands of dollars. Very sloppy. And Nobu. Well, you might have chosen a different horse name, but I chose Nobu for my horse. Why am I spending the last half of the game still looking for banners, for horse gear, for a horse I no longer have? Trying to put salt in the wound? They really should have put more thought into the order of things here, because there's no way to collect all the banners on the island to get all the horse gear before your horse gets killed in the storyline. And then you're left with a generic horse that doesn't even get a name for the rest of the game. And guess what? This horse doesn't get to wear any of that gear. The entire horse section of the gear screen is now gone for this part of the game. Did you happen to go to Iki Island and get the awesome horse armor with the devil horns that gives an attack increase when you horse charge enemies? Pretty awesome and fun, wasn't it? You want to have fun with that on the island, on the mainland? You better go to Iki Island long before you get to the northern part of the island, I'm telling you as a friend. I wonder how the story changes if you lose Nobu, your horse, before you go to Iki Island. Do you even still get the horse armor? What would be the point? And when you do, are you still not allowed to use it because it's the generic horse? The developers of this game are amazing for sure, but they really didn't think a lot of things through. Very sloppy jalopy. Now, just that I don't end on a completely sour note, here are some examples of forward thinking in the game that I really appreciate. You can save and switch missions in the middle of any mission, and it saves your place, even mid conversation. Like, you could be talking to Norio, and you're like, I kind of want to do Masako's mission right now, so you just go find Masako, and Norio will be sitting there waiting for you to come back and talk to him. Again, it's not realistic, but it helps. You can also change armor in the middle of a battle, even during a duel cutscenes, and you can change the horse armor while you're riding. it's it's funny thinking about while you're just sitting there while the guy is like holding his sword, waiting for the duel, while you're just sitting there. Hold on, I gotta get my boots on. it's crazy. Again, it's not realistic, but it really helps streamline the game experience. And holy shit, this is the fastest fast travel I have ever experienced in the game. You press the triangle, boom, you're there. No load screen. I don't know, I have a PS5. I was lucky. And it's just there's no loading screens for the fast travel. You can travel from Iki Island all the way to Castle Canada, and there's barely a pause. It's amazing. Bravo. and and the horse. I complained about the horse, but here I'll praise what they did here. You can find the horse, and the horse can find you anywhere. You don't have to lose him if you travel too far away, or if you cross a river, or climb a mountain that's too high for it to climb, or drop down a cliff that's too far for it to jump. Just swim across that river, climb up those mountain steps. When you get to the other side, call your horse, then he'll arrive next to you as if there was no river, or join you at the top of the cliff right next to you. It's hilariously game breaking, and it kind of makes more sense for them to just go with the Skyrim route of horses being able to just jump from any angle if you really have the patience to try it. But every time I cross the river and have to dismount my horse just to call him right up as I reach the other side, it makes me laugh. But it's so much more convenient than what Arthur or Link are stuck with. I do not fault this at all. Phoenix allowed this too. It's not realistic, but neither are magic powers. Or pockets that can hold 99 shields and guns with infinite ammo and no reload, but that's why we love video games. Video games take the inconvenience of reality out of doing just about anything you might want to do. It's not always supposed to be about realism. It's as long as the fun translates as solid. But yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, amazing game, but a lot of sloppy execution.